We can use ad groups to separate different segments within a campaign. For instance, yoga mats and yoga DVDs would each have their own ad group. The next step is to create our first ad group. While being able to set up your ad group step by step can be useful, we should click Use One-Page Setup to proceed. Let's name our ad group Yoga Mats. Now let's create our AdWords ad. Writing ad copy that turns internet surfers into paying customers is both an art and a science. While this is a complex subject, if we just keep a few key things in mind, we will be well on our way to success. First, we cannot overemphasize the importance of relevance. The ad copy needs to reflect what our prospective customer is looking for. If the focus of our ad group is yoga mats, we need to stay on topic. We may be tempted to cover all our bases and tell our users we have all yoga-related products when they only typed the phrase yoga mats. This, however, tends to work against us. Remember, users are looking specifically for yoga mats. If our competitor is using the actual words yoga and mats, while our message is about yoga products in general, users will probably reward our competitor with their business. Second, we need to look at the process through the eyes of our prospective customer. We want to focus on what they would gain if they choose to do business with us. This will almost always mean focusing on benefits over features. For example, a feature is our yoga mats are made of durable foam, whereas a benefit is that it will last for years. In the ad preview to the right, we see an example of an AdWords ad. It is here to give us an idea of what our ad will look like once we are finished. As we start entering information into the fields below, the text of this sample ad will update to reflect the actual copy of our ad. Let's start with the headline, Enter Yoga Mats for Sale. This is a good headline because we are using the keyword our users typed in the search box. The length of the headline must not exceed 25 characters, including white spaces. This is to ensure a uniform look for all the ads. There are similar restrictions in place for all of the other parts of the ad for the same reason. Don't worry, AdWords will let us know if our text is too long by cutting off the characters that go beyond the allowed character count. Also, notice we capitalize the first letter of each word. This makes our text easier to read. Capitalizing entire words is not a good idea. Titles are harder to read, and besides, it is against AdWords guidelines. The same holds true for an excessive number of exclamation points. Next, we need to enter the first description line. Keep in mind that we need to let benefits do the heavy lifting. Type guaranteed to last for 10 years. We have to be careful, though, to only make claims that are true. We should wrap up our message with a feature on the second description line. Enter non-slip surface, latex free. The next field is the display URL. The display URL has to be the same domain of the actual page the user will arrive on after clicking our ad. If our domain name is www.yogastuff5000.com, the display URL has to reflect that. However, because of limited space, we are welcome to use up the rest of the space as we please. We can say yogastuff5000.com/great-yoga-mats, even if the actual page we are driving traffic to is something completely different. This gives us one last chance to make an impression. The last field, the destination URL, has to be the very page we want the user to go to, often referred to as the landing page.